So I'm actually sitting on my floor to record this because this thing is so big. Look at my hand. That I actually need to put it on the floor because I have no place to actually put it. There's no table that I have that will fit for recording. So this is what it's come down to. So how this whole thing started was I wanted to build a tribute to Matt's Off-Road Recovery. And I wanted to make the banana. But I wanted to make the ultimate skill trail truck as well. That was also the big goal that I had with this thing. I do actually have the sticker, but it's way too big. So I bought two of them. One of them is on my actual truck, and yeah. That's kind of a bummer, but whatever. At least I get to support him. I like supporting people like him. He seems like a nice dude. So I wanted to do a Jeep Cherokee, and I wanted to make the ultimate trail truck. My original idea was to take an MN78, I think it is, which is a Jeep Cherokee. It's a 1/12 scale, and MN models are kind of you know, they're not great. So I was gonna take that, take all the crap off of it, like just have just the body and interior, and get rid of all the crap that was underneath, and put under it a Tioga 1/12 scale truck. I forget who makes it. I think it's Element. I could be wrong, but I was gonna put that underneath it because that's another 1/12 scale, and that's a good performer. And that didn't go through because I was like, that's just gonna be too much work, and I'm gonna get something that's probably not gonna look great, and I think it'd probably sit way too high for what I want to do. So I scrapped that idea. Then I needed to get a Jeep Cherokee body, and the only company that is making them is Axial. They had a 2000 Jeep Cherokee, which was the correct year, and that is actually out of production. You can't get it from Horizon Hobby anymore. So that was a bummer, and even though it would be Lexan, I didn't want to do Lexan. I was just saying, you know what, maybe I can make it work, but I tried looking for them. I did find them. They're a little bit pricey now, more than this, actually. And I've never cut Lexan. I've never painted Lexan. So I was like, let me just look at what options are available. And then I landed on the Endura body, because the Endura body is still in production. A little bit more pricey than how the Lexan Axial body would be if it was new, which it's not anymore because they don't sell it anymore. So it's around $10 more, I believe. Could be less than if you were buying it, the Axial one. And I assembled it, painted it, and here it is now. The ultimate scale trail truck. So what I did, I actually kept the driver's side and passenger side windows out of it because I just thought that was so much more unique, because so many RCs have full glass all the way around, and I just thought it'd be really cool that you could touch the interior if you want to. I sprayed the interior. The interior actually comes painted, which is really cool. The body did not. I actually dulled it down with some Tamiya, or Tamiya, however you pronounce it, matte finish, which actually worked pretty well because it was too glossy and it just didn't look right. Now it looks pretty damn good. Paint is Sungloss Yellow by Krylon. Let me just move this real quick. Just trying to find good locations to film this because I just don't have the best space here. Anyway. Yeah, that's, I never painted a 1/10 scale before, so that was a new learning experience. And it's a good 20-footer, you know, looks good from 20 feet away. Doing the trim was a pain in the ass. I hate doing trim. I did do it. But this body is absolutely beautiful. It's like it's made to do this conversion swap. What this thing is underneath is a TRX4 Sport. So that's awesome. I've only turned it on for a little bit and it runs really good. I've run it out in the backyard and it runs good. It's fun. The hard body is very heavy. Not enough to where it wants to keep tipping over, thankfully. There's a lot of good weight centered down low on this thing. I still have the body. It's literally just sitting on the Remo hobby. I was like, yeah, you know what? That's a really nice body. I don't want to get rid of that. So I kept it. So it's sitting on a Remo cheapy little crawler chassis. I know that might seem like heresy to some people, but I just thought it would be funny to keep it on there. Besides, this body is junk anyway. This little Remo hobby. It's so scratched up. It's so scuffed. I need to get rid of it anyway. So I'm going to keep this on there. It doesn't really fit great, but it'll do. My original idea was actually to put this body on the Remo hobby, but I'm going to try to explain the problem that I have with the Remo, best way that I can. The Remo is a great little truck. The problem is the axles. They sit very, very low, and I'm constantly getting hung up on rocks with them. And not to mention, this steering link actually smacks the diff. You could actually see a stress mark there from when it's hit it. But with this, portal axles, it's sitting just fine. So that's a good thing. I know that the TRX4 Sport is mostly for hardcore rock crawling, and that's one of the reasons why I went for that. One, it's the cheapest of the TRX4 line. I'm not paying close to $600 for a body that I'm not going to use. And when there's the TRX4 Sport, which is half that price, even less actually, I paid even less for it because now that the new TRX4 Sport High Trail is out, the original TRX4 Sport is actually going for cheaper now. At least it was when I ordered mine through the hobby shop that I go to. So that's good. Back of it is all stickered up. Got Traxxas, Magnaflow, Endura, Sahara. I don't know where I got that from. License plate. That was from a Night Runner that I had. Sold that. I also sold the Bronco that I had, and I'll talk to you about why I did that. I actually had the Axial SCX 10.3 early Ford Bronco. I might have posted it on YouTube. I don't think I did. I'll have to check, but it's definitely on my Instagram somewhere, or was. I got rid of that thing because, for one thing, it just didn't feel like personal like this does. Like, I feel like it's so much more customized now, because who the hell has a Jeep Cherokee TRX4 where I am? No one. So, for one thing, this feels a lot more custom, and it feels like my own. And two, it wasn't a fun truck to trail with. I did it a few times, and the truck was too slow, and not to mention, the center of gravity was just wonky on that thing. It wanted to tip over like crazy. So I just got tired of it, and I'm like, I just need to get rid of this thing, because it's not a fun crawler. Well, I mean, it's fun for when you're trying to rock crawl, but the center of gravity is all weird. But if you're trying to trail with it, it's not a fun truck to trail with. Definitely not. This was more what I wanted to do, and I'm glad that I did. And I've never had a hard body in 10 scale before, so that's going to be really interesting. I think it's just going to be such a fun little truck just to take out to the park and stuff like that and just trail with it. Another little truck that got done recently is the little FCX 24 Blazer. You can see just how big this is next to that. I call this one Creamsicle. Portal axles again, 2-speed transmission. Sound familiar? But in 1/20th scale. It's really teetering on the edge of 1/18 scale. It's pretty big. I don't know if I've shown this on YouTube yet, but yeah. This little guy makes the TRX4 M rather. It makes that thing redundant. I actually recommend. I've done it before, but I recommend people who are going to buy those. I recommend them this because this is cheaper and a lot better than the TRX4M. And I had a TRX4M, so I feel bad when I say that because I genuinely like that truck. But this is better, in my opinion. The hard body is just so much nicer, and it's just so much more fun to just play with. But that's this truck. That's the Creamsicle. It's got oil in the shocks now, so it's not as bouncy. So yeah, that's it. It's the ultimate trail truck, and you will definitely see more of this, especially on my Instagram. So yeah, see you guys next time.